What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel Demita, and welcome to the Courtside Club, and welcome to day 2 of the 12 Days of Radmas, where we are uploading an episode every day until Christmas Day. And 50% of the earnings that we make on these episodes will be donated to animal shelters here in Texas. So obviously all of the views, comments, likes are greatly appreciated and will also be going to a great cause. And today, you guys, WNBA fans are so excited because Caitlin Clark is finally back on the court playing basketball, and it seems like she is 100%. She is going 5v5. Team USA is currently holding their training camp. So all the ladies will be in Durham this weekend training. As you can see,
the moment those clips dropped online, WNBA fans absolutely lost it. There was Caitlin Clark back in action running a 5v5 scrimmage at Team USA's training camp, and she looked incredible. No signs whatsoever of those nagging soft tissue problems that derailed her second season. Remember, she only managed 13 games that year, and the whole Olympic roster controversy from 2024 was still fresh in everyone's mind. So watching her completely take over in serious competitive action felt almost surreal. This was way more than just some training session. This was Clark making it clear to everyone that she belongs at the highest level. Any questions about whether she's ready for international competition just got answered emphatically.
To see her play basketball. And secondly, Caitlin Clark was infamously left off of the 2024 Team USA team in the Paris Olympics, and so many people felt like she should have been on that team. I was also one of the people who thought that she should have been on Team USA in the 2024 Olympics, not only because, one, she was absolutely good enough to be on that team, she was better than some players that they selected for that team, and secondly, it would have grown the game on a global scale. It would have been so great for women's basketball, but obviously that was a huge controversy. I don't think they'll ever be able to make up for it. But with this training camp, the selection committee will start to see the talent that...
Now let's be real. This wasn't your average run at the gym. These were insider videos from the Team USA camp happening in Durham, and the talent level was absolutely insane. You had top WNBA stars mixed with the best college players all going at it. Just seeing Clark in that Team USA uniform again, even if it's only a training camp, created massive waves. Remember how much controversy surrounded her getting left off that Paris Olympic team? People were dying to watch her play and prove what she can do. These leaked moments gave everyone exactly what they wanted. A preview of what's coming in 2026 and a chance to rethink how this national team is going to look moving forward.
This is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. I feel like I have been screaming this at the top of my lungs through all of the messiness that has happened over the past 2 seasons in the WNBA. You have a moment right now in women's basketball, and specifically in the WNBA. You have a boom that we have never seen in the history of this league. Do whatever you can to not mess it up, and they've already done multiple things that is like shooting themselves in the foot. Like Caitlin says, we're gonna fight for everything we deserve, but at the same time, we need to play basketball. That's how you make the money, and that's how you market the players. That's what the fans want to see. And
that whole 2024 Olympic situation still casts a huge shadow over everything. It became one of the most heated debates in recent league history. So many people argued passionately that Clark earned a roster spot purely on skill alone. Some folks who made the cut honestly didn't measure up to what she brings. Beyond just talent, though, her presence would have been massive for growing women's basketball globally. The committee really dropped the ball on this one. They missed a golden opportunity to take the sport to another level internationally. That mistake still stings, and it makes her appearance at this Team USA camp feel even more meaningful and emotionally loaded for everyone watching.
But like Caitlin says, we're gonna fight for everything we deserve, but at the same time, we need to play basketball. That's how you make the money, and that's how you market the players. That's what the fans want to see. And I've been one, like, I've gotten some pushback by saying they need to do whatever they need to do to make this 2026 season happen, because you need to continue on the current momentum that you have. You can't just step away. A lockout or a strike would do so much damage to this league, and I feel like that is exactly what Caitlin is saying here. And she's like, you know, we're gonna fight for some of these things, but there's other things that we might have to compromise on. And I'm just so glad that she came out and said this, because obviously with everything that we've been seeing,
what got wasted there wasn't just about one athlete missing out. This was about the WNBA experiencing growth like never before in its history. Having someone with Clark's worldwide appeal at the Paris Games could have created interest on a scale we've never witnessed. New fans everywhere would have tuned in, and women's basketball would have cemented itself as a major force globally. Instead, that incredible possibility just slipped away. People are still wondering if a mistake that big can ever really get fixed. But this training camp gives us some hope. Maybe the people making these decisions will finally see what Clark actually brings to the table. Her talent is undeniable, and so is her ability to draw massive attention. This could be the beginning of a redemption arc heading into...
They hear what she has to say and truly take it to heart, because I feel like a broken record the amount of times that I've said there needs to be a 2026 season, and if there isn't, it would be one of the biggest fumbles in sports history. Now, Kelsey Plum was also asked about the CBA, and she said that talks have been a little bit disheartening, just the frustration in the negotiation and how far away we are. And that's kind of scary to hear, that they're so far away in the negotiations. Obviously, they've extended the deadline to January 9th, I believe, but we talked about it in yesterday's episode. Like, they actually don't have that much time. But anyway, let's get on to the fun part of today's episode, and let's look.
The lineup assembled in Durham reads like a fantasy draft of basketball royalty. You've got Lauren Betts, Aaliyah Boston, Cameron Brink, Paige Beckers, Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Assie Food, Ryan Howard, Rikia Jackson, Brianna Jones, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, and Jackie Young, all fighting for their spots. The concentration of star power makes every single moment count. Each drill, each scrimmage, carries real weight. This is basically a preview of what the next era of Team USA basketball is going to look like. What's happening here goes way beyond simple practice sessions. This is where future legends are proving themselves and competing for a place in history.
But anyway, let's get on to the fun part of today's episode, and let's look at some highlights of Caitlin Clark getting back on the court. So the WNBA actually posted these highlights. And it's cool here too, because Steph White is one of the coaches for Team USA. Nate Tibbetts is there. He's guarding Caitlin Clark. It's so funny when you're watching Nate Tibbetts also, because he was like smiling the entire time. A little behind the back pass there from Caitlin. Nate coming over to set a screen. She splits the screen, takes it to the rim. Caitlin playing defense. They do have a male practice team that is playing against them.
The thing that really stunned everyone was watching Clark fully involved in actual 5v5 play. That's a major development considering her second season got derailed by injury. The footage proved she wasn't just going through the motions either. She was dominating out there. You could see all her trademark moves and that smooth flow she's known for. This wasn't someone carefully testing the waters. This was a player confidently taking back her spot at the top, splitting screens, attacking the basket, showing off that incredible ability to read the floor. Her return to this level means we're entering a new phase. She's fully recovered and ready to deliver the kind of performances that get people out of their seats. The national stage just got a lot more exciting.
Going around, I feel like the past couple weeks also saying that it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she did gain before last season. It's hard to tell, to be honest, you guys. I'm not really like body watching Caitlin Clark like that. You know, we had the photos last year from Media Day when she was like flexing and all that, and you could clearly see that she had put on a lot of muscle, but it's hard to tell here, so I'm not really going to comment on it. But there were some fans that were saying it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she put on, and a lot of people were wondering if that is why she had so many soft tissue injuries during last season, but again, I don't know. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And here's another clip, you guys, of Caitlin Clark's signature three. She's driven.
While all this court action was happening, Clark dropped another major headline. She spoke out strongly about the collective bargaining agreement talks currently underway. Her position couldn't have been clearer. We're going to fight for everything we deserve at the same time we need to play basketball. That statement cut right through all the noise. She stressed how critical it is to keep the league's momentum going and avoid any kind of lockout. This wasn't just her personal take. It was a serious appeal for everyone to use common sense. The negotiations are high stakes, and the outcome will either lift the WNBA to new heights or seriously damage this unprecedented wave of popularity. Player salaries and fan investment both hang in the balance.
Currently going viral, and it's Paige Becker's sidestep 3 on Caitlin Clark. And now obviously the Caitlin Clark haters are loving this, but I also love this too. I love to see two great players like Paige, like Caitlin, playing either on the same team or against one another. But check this out. So there's a long rebound here. Paige gets it, pump fake, sidestep, drains the 3. And that is game for team, we'll just call them Team Gray right here in Team USA training camp. But it is so interesting because so many outlets are picking up this clip and like, oh, Paige Beckers drains a 3 in Caitlin Clark's face. And she did. She absolutely did. But this is fun.
Clark, defending the importance of actually playing basketball, highlighted just how delicate the WNBA's current success really is. She put into words what so many fans and people watching the league have been thinking. Right now, the WNBA has captured something special. Interest has exploded, and you can't let internal fights ruin that. She warned that a lockout or strike would cause damage that might never get repaired. Years of building could get wiped out, and this rapidly expanding fan base could turn away for good. What she said was a serious reality check about the tricky balance between fighting for what players deserve and making sure the sport keeps growing and staying visible. That puts enormous pressure on everyone negotiating to figure this out. Her comments weren't just coming from a player's viewpoint, it felt like she was talking directly to both the WNBA and the players' union. The message was clear: prioritize the game while you're working through these difficult negotiations. Clark has reportedly passed on tons of money-making opportunities in the offseason, so she could focus on the WNBA. That proves how committed she is to seeing this league succeed. The way she's approaching this suggests she's open to giving ground on certain issues, if it means the 2026 season happens. That's pretty different from some of the harder lines other people are taking. When the league's biggest star shows this kind of leadership, it adds serious weight to the push for getting a deal done. It also turns up the heat on these CBA discussions. Kelsey Plum shared that the negotiation talks have been really discouraging. She's frustrated by how much distance still exists between the two sides, even after they extended the deadline. Hearing this from an experienced player who's echoing Clark's worries paints a pretty bleak picture of where things stand. Sure, the extension until January 9th bought some time, but Plum's comments show there are still some really big gaps to close. It raises real concerns about whether the upcoming seasons will even happen or if we're headed for a devastating work stoppage. Her serious tone reinforced why Clark's call for compromise and finding solutions is so urgent right now. Let's get back to what happened on the court though, because the leaked videos absolutely delivered. The WNBA even posted some highlights which gave fans their first real look at Clark since she got hurt. You could see NBA legend Steph Curry doing some coaching. There was even a moment where Nate Tibbetts was smiling while guarding her during drills. That shows you the elite-level environment happening there. One clip caught Clark throwing a slick behind-the-back pass. Another showed her splitting a screen and attacking the rim hard. Her explosive movement and advanced handle were on full display. These brief moments confirmed she's not just present, she's raising the level of competition for everyone at the camp. Her three-point shot looked absolutely flawless. That's something WNBA fans have been craving to see again. Several clips showed Clark knocking down threes with ease, whether coming off screens or in the open floor. She's clearly got her main offensive weapon fully sharpened. One moment that went viral captured her bringing the ball up, taking it to the left, and hitting a smooth step-back 3. The same effortless style that made her a star in college. These weren't just practice clips, they were a powerful statement about her elite scoring ability. It shows her dedication to her craft and her determination to get back to performing at the highest level. Future opponents just got put on notice. Beyond what she did on the floor, fans started speculating about Clark's physical condition. Some people noticed she looks like she might have dropped some of the muscle she'd put on before last season. That led to theories about whether bulking up possibly played a role in those soft tissue injuries she dealt with. The hosts smartly didn't make any definite claims, but the conversation showed how intensely people analyze Clark. Even when she's not playing, the scrutiny is constant, whether the change was intentional or just natural. The discussion proves how high the expectations are. Every detail about her game and her physical state gets examined as she moves through her professional career. Another clip took off online and sparked both praise and debate. Paige Buckers hit a sidestep three-pointer right over Caitlin Clark. The basketball itself was brilliant, pure, and simple. After a long rebound, Buckers pump faked, stepped to the side quickly, and buried the shot. That bucket sealed the game for her team in the scrimmage. Of course, people who dislike Caitlin Clark jumped all over this moment. They treated it like definitive proof that Clark can get beat. Real fans, though, saw it for what it actually was. An exciting display of world-class competition, a reminder of the unbelievable talent level at this Team USA camp. It's setting up some epic future battles. This Buckers versus Clark moment meant more than just one basket. It represents the exciting new rivalries and competitive energy building within Team USA. While haters got their brief moment to celebrate, most fans loved seeing it. It demonstrated incredible talent pushing each other higher. Watching two of the most electric young stars in the game compete head-to-head, whether as teammates or rivals, raises the entire sport. It creates compelling stories that people want to follow. This is exactly what the WNBA needs right now. Elite-level competition that generates excitement and shows off the tremendous skill and depth available. It tides fan engagement through the roof and promises some thrilling matchups down the road. The defensive plays from the camp were just as impressive. They showed the overall intensity and how teams were working together. One standout sequence had Angel Reese with the ball while Paige Buckers tried to pin down Clark. Jackie Young came over to provide key help defense, which disrupted everything. The ball ended up going out to Sonia Citron, who finished with a tough layup. Another camera angle confirmed Clark and Buckers were guarding each other hard throughout that whole possession. These glimpses into the defensive side prove the camp isn't only about scoring highlights. It's about building a complete elite national team that can defend at the highest level too. The hunger for more footage became really obvious really fast. Fans and even the host desperately hoped Team USA would drop a full compilation, maybe 30 minutes of these 5v5 games. The short teaser clips just made everyone want more. A longer video would give much deeper insight into how players are performing and how team chemistry is developing. It would be gold for people who analyze the game and an amazing watch for fans starving for every second of these rising stars in action. The demand for content shows how invested people are in seeing these athletes compete. Overall, the energy at Team USA's training camp felt incredibly positive. That's a sharp contrast to all the drama around the CBA negotiations. Despite those off-court problems, the players seemed totally united. Their focus was on representing their country and earning a spot on that elite 2026 Team USA roster. The pure love of basketball, the bond between teammates, and the fierce but respectful competition came through in every available clip. The atmosphere was all about intense focus and a shared dream. That collective spirits stayed untouched by outside controversies. It highlighted the genuine passion these athletes have for the game and for representing their nation with pride. Caitlin Clark, coming back to a major Team USA environment, combined with her strong position on the CBA, means everything for where the WNBA goes from here. This is a defining moment. The league's historic surge in popularity could get locked in by smart choices or destroyed by internal conflict. What Clark does on the court and how she advocates off it both matter tremendously. She's reminding everyone involved, the players, the management, the fans, that what happens on the floor is what really counts. The future of this incredible boom and the entire direction of the league now sits in a very precarious spot, waiting for critical decisions to get made.